Hey class, it's Mrs. Gilling back again, and I am going to go over your Unit 2 video assignment about your project, the first one that you're actually going to turn in, about citizens' responsibilities. But before we get into that, it's time for the joke of the unit. You know you're excited. Alright, joke of the unit. I think we should get rid of democracy. All in favor, raise your hand. Get it? Because, in a democracy, it's all about voting, and the majority rules, so they're voting, and the majority of people that want to get rid of democracy. Yeah, you get it. That's a good one. Woo! I thought that one was pretty funny. So hopefully it made you laugh. If not, here's your assignment either way. So project number 1, citizens' responsibilities. Here's the prompt. As citizens of the United States of America, we have many rights. Along with those rights come responsibilities. 4 of the main responsibilities associated with being a United States citizen are voting, running for office, serving in the military, and understanding the role of the media in society. In a well thought out 6-paragraph essay or 7-slide slideshow presentation, discuss the importance of each of those responsibilities. So this project's kind of cool. You get a little bit of a choice. You can either write the paper or you can do a slideshow, whichever you prefer. But make sure that you're talking about each of those 4 responsibilities and why they are important in society today. Now you may look at a few of those and go, well, you don't have to run for office. And you're right. Technically, not everyone has to run for office. But if nobody ran for office, what might happen? Or if nobody served in the military, what might happen? And there's been times in history where you were required to serve in the military if your name came up. Think about Vietnam and the draft that they had. If your number was pulled and you were part of that number, then you had a responsibility to go. So they're definitely responsibilities we have, and I want you to explore those and understand them. So this is how you're going to do that. If you choose to write the paper, here's your requirements. So you're going to start with an introduction paragraph, and that is worth 20 points. You need to have an attention grabber. So you need to start off with something that's going to interest the reader and get them hooked in. So whether that be a short story, a statistic, a question, something that brings the reader in. Then you're going to state your thesis statement, your main point. Tell the reader that you're talking about citizens' responsibilities, and then list those 4 responsibilities that you're going to talk about. Then you're going to have 4 body paragraphs. Each paragraph, or the whole body paragraphs, are worth 55 points total. You're going to have 1 paragraph for each of the responsibilities. So for instance, your first paragraph, you might talk about voting. You're going to explain why voting is important in that paragraph, and then you're going to dig a little deeper and list what might happen if citizens didn't vote. And then you're going to have your second paragraph talking about the next responsibility, running for office. Why is running for office important? What might happen if people didn't run for office? And then so on and so forth until you've talked about all 4 of the responsibilities. So the requirements, why are they important? What would happen if we didn't observe that responsibility? Then you're going to have a concluding paragraph that's worth 20 points where you're going to restate your thesis statement, remind the reader what your whole paper was about, and summarize your 4 main points. And that's your paper. You're also going to be graded a little bit on grammar. Remember to proofread for spelling and any grammar errors. And if you do use any outside information, make sure to cite it in MLA format. If you choose to do the slideshow, here's what you got to do. You need to have a title slide. So just like I had at the beginning of this slide where it gave, this is what we're talking about, and a little subtitle, I want you to have one of those. So in that, you want to put your name, so I know whose paper it is, whose slideshow it is, and then put the title of your presentation. That's worth 5 points. Then you need to have an introductory slide where you explain to the reader what your slideshow is going to be about. List that you will be discussing the 4 responsibilities of citizens in the United States, and then list what those 4 responsibilities are. That's worth 15 points. Then your body slides, 55 points. You need to have, just like the paper, you're going to have 1 slide for each of the responsibilities. And on each of those slides, you're going to list what the responsibility is, and then you're going to say, why is it important? What would happen if we didn't observe that responsibility? So you'll have 4 body slides that talk about each of those 4 responsibilities. Then you'll have a concluding slide where you restate your main idea and the 4 points that you talked about. On this one, you get 10 points for appearance. So you must pick a slideshow theme. Don't just have a white plain background. Pick a theme like This one has the blue with the white letters and the black down here. Pick a slideshow theme. If you don't know how to do that, let me know and I can show you. It's pretty easy. You also must have at least 4 pictures. Do not put all 4 pictures on one slide. Spread them out. Maybe you have 1 picture for each of the main points, or you have a picture in your introduction. I don't care where you put them, as long as they're not all on one big bulked up slide, and you have 4 pictures. And that's your slideshow requirements. I really like this project. I think it helps students dig deep into understanding the responsibilities we have as citizens. If you have any questions, as always, reach out to me and let me know. But other than that, good luck on your project. You will be turning it in at the end, so there's a little that gives you a description at the beginning of the unit that tells you about it, so you can be working on it throughout. But you'll actually turn it in right before you take your test there at the end of the unit. But like I said, if you have any questions, please let me know. Good luck, guys.